Hey guys, welcome back to Anime Royalty Radio. I'm Don Juan. This is our gaming segment.
Yep.
This is not our gaming segment.
Nope.
Fooled you.
We also have been on hiatus for about a month, so it's been a while.
Yeah,
This
we had
is
some
our
family
anime
stuff.
segment. Yes, that too. Last
This
time
is a
we
candy
said that we were
pumpkin.
going to review Scarlet Nexus. We are also eating candy because it is
October.
yeah.
Sorry,
No,
It's a
no,
spooky
you're
month.
right. You're right.
spooky month, and it's
It's
the best
spooky
month.
skeleton, month. Yeah. I'm just waiting for those memes to roll. The spooky,
Spooky skeletons.
Now, we said we would review Scarlet Nexus. Currently, it is up to episode 14.
Which we did not know, did we? We did never know that.
Well, like I said, we've been on hiatus for a while, so originally we would have only watched the only episodes at the time were 1 through 8, 1 through 7. But we've extended that time, so it is up to 14. 14 came out the previous Thursday or Friday, I think Thursday. So, yeah.
Good.
Everyone here has been was informed.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Yep. That is an ongoing thing.
Now, since we've all watched it, yes, more or
Yep.
less.
Yes.
More or less. More or less.
Is it just me? And I know that the show is based on the game, but is it just me, or does it feel like the writers tried a little too hard?
Yeah.
In what way?
There is too much plot.
There's too much everything. Like, it feels like you're just in overload the whole time. Like, you're sitting there and you're like seeing. One, there's the huge plot going on in the back with Karen.
You're just gonna call her Karen?
with no, it's him. He's
Yeah,
Karen.
it is. Karen's,
He's Karen.
yeah.
But then you've got Kasane, who's trying to turn her sister back
From being
another. And then you've got Yurito trying to figure out the experiment with the what's going on with the vial and them changing people's personalities. And you're watching it you get like in a 25-minute episode, you get like 10 minutes of his side, 10 minutes of her side, and then 5 minutes of the
Boom.
what's going on behind the scenes, and you're just like trying to take all of this in at once, and you're like, wow, I would have rather just played the game and been Yurito and seen his campaign and then been her. I feel like it was something that wasn't really transitioned into an anime well, because you're just like...
we'll see. Did you play some of the video game?
Not yet. Not yet.
So none of us
I've
have-
had a lot of
right,
stuff
right,
on
I
my plate.
understand.
So
none of us really played the game except for me and Aaron, who played a little bit of the demo. I hope that the show isn't as linear to the game. Kind of like the Sword Art video games aren't completely linear to the show. You know what I mean?
Right.
yeah.
But you're right. There's just so much crap going on in the show. You got two factions of the government fighting for supremacy. You've got Moonanite people.
Yeah, the Moonanites, yeah.
The Moon Temple people.
They got to water their craps.
You got people being in cold storage for hundreds of years coming out. You've got and the whole psionic power thing. The way that the government works with Signet is really dumb. Did you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you don't have psionic abilities, you can't read signs. Basically, you can't read.
You can't do
signs.
anything.
You probably can't. Even
You
read
can't
road
do
signs,
anything
no.
because the way that it was explained in one of the episodes that if you have that, you're able to shop, you're able to buy, you're able to work, you're able to do everything as long as you are connected or have that
Right.
type of ability.
The whole world basically works off of brain Wi-Fi.
Basically,
And if you're born a dud, which is like a 0.2, 0.1%, you're screwed.
It's basically like a shadow ban on a small population of people.
Yeah.
yes. So I want to tell you how I started watching this, and I want you to know that I turned it on, started watching it, and you know how you can tell a good anime kind of at the beginning, depending on how they throw information at you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This was one of those ones. They started to really throw a lot of information at you, and I was just like, "Oh, this is gonna be one of those fucking things I'm not gonna enjoy."
No lie, the first time I watched it, before we recommended it, it started up with what's his face and Nagi training together,
Mm-hmm.
and he starts that upbeat like I'm going to start talking at you. And I was like, nope, nope.
Same.
Didn't even
Same.
make it the first 3 seconds.
Same. I was the same way. I was literally like, this is going to be one of those that's just going to give me a migraine.
Not only that, but do you guys kind of feel like the show was very slow paced?
A little bit at first, but I will say this. After, when you find out that there is a conspiracy, I will admit, you had me hooked.
It did get interesting.
Yeah.
Because I do have a soft spot for conspiracies.
The show itself is very slow paced in world building. That just doesn't appear.
No.
But it did start to throw a little bit of plot at you after about 3 episodes. So it did have you held a little bit. But at the same time, you still don't know jack shit about this world until maybe episode 4 or 5.
That's true. That's very true.
Speaking of the world building, it didn't really feel like it was that creative. The character models for the enemies were incredibly creative.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my good, like Luca, the little boy that teleports. Did you realize that his weapon is like a weight bar with like 3 35-pound plates on the end of it?
Mm-hmm.
But he's
will-
just swinging that around. Like, he's
yeah.
like this big.
I
love
see.
that. I thought it was great.
I do feel like the enemies are cool, but not done properly.
Is it because of the CG?
Yes.
It probably looks better in an actual game versus a show.
You're probably right, but to me, I felt like it was wasted potential in the show, and I felt like I know they're supposed to be somewhat terrifying to see these things.
And erotic?
It's a bouquet of flowers in fishnet tights and high heels.
Their
Like,
Thank
choice
you.
of using the CG for every instance was not a good choice. The
Exactly.
scene where
Right.
What's-Her-Face gets turned into one for the first time.
Exactly.
Didn't need to make that CG. You could have shown beautiful detail in 2D, and then when they're fighting it, oh yeah, CG, because save money.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. There were certain instances in this show where I did not feel that I got that kind of vibe where these others are supposed to be as intimidating as they're supposed to be. And I know that they're not because
They felt more like cannon fodder.
Yeah, they were. And I'm like, okay, I understand what you're doing, but come on, quit. Just throw them off to the side. We know what they are. Just throw them.
Now, there
We're
were
done.
relatively some sub-bosses, kind of, here and there, like when they went to the secret lab or whatever, and they were attacked by this giant thing that was like spewing slime or some shit. There was that, but what I was saying earlier was it felt like, in terms of like areas or buildings, it wasn't really creative. How many times did they revisit the same place? They
Exactly.
revisited the old hospital, the laboratory. Other than the close to the end of around episode 13, 14, maybe even
12, 13.
when they go
yeah.
to the what's it called, Togetsu, the kind of like Hokkaido looking, winter tundra area. The really icy looking place where all the Moonanite people are.
Are they're not the Moonanites, the Togetsus. I thought the Moonanites were the government.
I think they're the government. Yes.
I thought,
There were people. The whole you didn't watch the last episode, but I can't remember if it was
I didn't watch
mentioned in the
14.
last episode. So we know that the blonde homeboy with the different colored
he's a
eyes,
Moonanite.
Yeah, he was a pilgrim. Can't
I
remember
like
the
that
actual
guy,
name.
and I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
Hey there, Pilgrim.
Yeah, he was basically, on the mission to colonize and, whatever that term is, terraform. Yeah, terraform the Earth. So,
Then how old is he?
like, 2000?
Okay,
600?
because we know there's a such thing as age repressant because they talk about that a lot.
They Master Chiefed him. They put him in a fridge.
Okay.
They cryo. He
That
said,
must be episode 14.
Yep. He says that he was in cryo freeze
I haven't watched that
along
one
with
yet
other
either.
people,
I had
and then
stuff
when
to do.
and then they cycled him out, kind of like. You guys watch Pandora?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Or no, Pandora. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
You know how they cycled out different
crew members.
Crew members.
No.
It's okay.
It's a good horror movie that reminds me a lot of Dead Space.
Yeah, but basically they cycle out crew members for like a certain amount of time, then put them back in deep freeze.
So they don't go crazy being in deep freeze too long.
Not that they might have that issue here, but they did in Pandora anyway. So he tells us that, and then the whole there was like some like comet that rained down debris, so we're gonna blow the comet up or something. Oh wait, no, that was a different anime. Yeah, basically the comet was raining down debris or some kind of material that made people into others.
Mm.
So, with the whole betrayal between the two friends, one of the vibes I got from this was a very strong Galway Zero vibe. I did.
Not as intense.
No, God, no. But I did get that because the first thing that she did after finding out that it was her father or his father that changed Naomi into the other is she did try to kill him. Which, to be honest, to end all of this, if she just would have done it, all of this would have been over.
Yeah.
But I will say I get that vibe from this a lot.
Yeah, but she wasn't crazy either. The reason that,
No.
And also the reason that she was gunning after Yuito is because future Yuito was like, yeah, you got to kill me in the past, otherwise this is gonna happen.
Yeah, the whole Red Strings time travel thing is how, like, he saw Kasane when he was a little boy, and then Kasane saw him when he was
old man.
near death. Like, it's so weird.
It's a
but I
very
think that's
weak
like the show's
connection.
aim.
It is, but if
It's one of those weak connections where they throw it in front of you and you don't know, should I take this as the truth, or is this going to be one of those things where I'm supposed to believe it for 3 episodes until it's proven wrong?
welcome
we
to
had-
every Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Time travel.
All you gotta do
It's
is,
a thing.
all you got to do is throw in a crystal hunt, and
Yep.
you got yourself a game removed
Yep.
right there.
Yep.
And the whole thing with Pope and the whatchamacallit children.
Oh yeah.
The fact that they were cloning, versions of her to, get the red string so they can be like, let's just never colonize Earth in the first place when we won't have this issue.
Smart.
So, I want to talk about the music, and I put it in the group chat that I wanted to talk about the music.
Let's talk about the music.
I do want to talk about the music.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I look forward to hearing about it.
Okay, the intro song. I want to know what y'all thought.
I think the music and the lyrics were written by 2 different people.
Yeah.
Because the music, I was like, damn, it's very orchestral. It's got a heavy undertone to it. You would think this is going to be a really in-deep, brawny show. And then there's the guy that's on acid writing the lyrics like, Crimson guy, I'll never stop crying. I'm like, what?
Okay, so the actual name of the song is The Red Cigarettes.
Red cigarettes.
I rest my case.
So I will have to say this: the first time I actually heard the intro song, I was kind of off put by it to the point where it was okay. I was like, I'll give it 2 or 3 more times, like I do every intro song, to see if I like it or don't like it. I do have to admit, I did actually kind of like it a little bit more the more it went on, just because of the whole lyric, "Spit the venom." I don't know why.
Spit the venom, yep.
I don't know why. I just liked it.
I watched the intro for every episode. I never skipped it.
I did the same thing.
I never skipped it.
Now, the music during the episode, I thought a lot of times the battle scene music was pretty good. I didn't think it was anything to really write home about.
No, to be honest, I don't even remember any music during the episode. It flowed so well into the moment, you just don't notice it's there.
Right. A couple of the sad scenes had your basic 3-4 chord piano tune that resonated like every slow song or sad song. So I would have to say that's normal. So everything seemed normal. And then the outro song actually did a very good job recapping what the actual plot is about. If you actually read the lyrics to the outro song, it talked about 2 friends having to fight each other. So it actually did a good job, but it was a lot slower, like most anime. High-paced intro, slow, soft song at the end.
Yeah, but for an anime like this where it's usually ended on a sad note, it's kind of weird to have a slightly more upbeat ending.
Oh, no, yeah, you're not wrong, but it still did a very good job of explaining why, what the plot was, because a lot of times you don't get that. I mean, look at Goblin Slayer's outro. It had nothing to do with what was going on in Goblin Slayer. At all.
Rarely ever does an anime song have something to do. That wasn't it Gunslingers Girls was like about fish. There was this, like something about fish was a lyric. Like, where was there ever fish? Like,
that was Italian music.
Now, did you guys feel that the tone for the show was relatively consistent? Like, there wasn't an incredibly high or an incredibly low. It was relatively...
Yeah, it was actually meant to be like a real military-style installation. It was you have a duty, there's no time to mourn right now. When we're back on base, then you can mourn. And there was a few moments you're like, damn, I really feel bad for that person. Like when Kasana's mom, or adopted mom, called like,
oh, yeah,
why
this is your fucking fault.
Yeah, she wasn't even overly bearing about it. Just, why didn't you call me? This was your fault. You were supposed to take care of her. Don't contact me again.
Yeah,
like, that was bullshit.
I was like, damn, I feel really bad for her. And then she goes, just suited up, ready to keep going. I'm like, holy shit. Like, There was no really high highs, and there was
No low lows.
Yeah,
The one that got me.
I would have rather seen Nagi turn into another instead of Naomi.
Thank God somebody said it. I
Yeah,
hated him.
Nagi was
He
so
wasn't my
annoying.
favorite.
But
I would have
This
rather
does
seen-
have a huge cast though of returning anime voice actors. Because for the longest time, the guy who played Genma, I had to look it up because that motherfucker sounded just like Chris Sabat in a couple things. I was like,
it?
no, it was not. But I did. I looked. I was like, is that Chris Sabat? Nope, not Chris Sabat.
Well, speaking of the characters, who was y'all's favorite? Mine was, and there's a lot of them, so I can't remember the name.
Oh, there's so many.
But basically, the little purple-haired girl with the magnum that can turn invisible and that could see things.
that is pretty neat.
with the clairvoyance girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one home dude likes with the different colored eyes.
Does it? No. Does it really like her? 'Cause
Yeah,
He's like
yeah.
old. I
He's-
thought they
he's-
just had like a good friendship. But that or
Maybe,
the older girl who's like an idol that's lazy as fuck, but she's like stupid quick.
Arya Spring, she's really
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, she's really old. Her
But
brother
she's
is
like-
actually younger than her,
But she's
and her
like-
brother is the one right behind. Was partners with Karen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, her like speed is broken.
that's true. I always
Was that
give
the sleepy girl?
110%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally sleeping during training behind a car.
I will say this one part that really resonates with me, and another part that got me hooked in the whole conspiracy of this is right when everybody turned on each other, and when the dude you just said wanted to be you wish got turned into a
Nagi.
That's right. When he did not realize what had actually happened, he came back all different, and then he did like a whole Dragon Ball Z like power up moment.
Yeah.
I was actually like, wow, this is actually not too bad because they really betrayed Yurito doing this shit. Like,
And some of the concepts were really cool, like the whole drinking, processed psionic brain jelly.
yes, there's a lot of messed up stuff in this.
Yeah, but it's not too messed up. It wasn't like
it's not too messed up.
it.
What was you talking about?
Touch boobs. But yeah, I mean, like, it's not like, we've been harvesting, just people off the streets to brains. No, we've been manufacturing psionic brains and making people drink them, basically, because otherwise, we got nothing else. There was a lot of necessary
Come to a
evil
store near you.
going
Yes,
on.
there
Do you
is
guys
a-
feel that?
Yeah, there is a lot of necessary evil, but I cannot stand Karen.
Well, that's funny because my favorite character.
Is Karen.
No, it's Karen's little brother Luca.
I will have to agree with you.
I
on
love.
that.
I don't know what it is about the guy, but he's just. I don't know. He's like one of the strongest ones in the team.
Yeah, he's little, but he's got big dick energy.
Yeah, he does. And he's just like I said earlier. His weapon
It's
is
literally
like a weight bar, but only half of it. It's got like 3 35-pound weights on it. He's swinging it around like a baseball bat. Like that's just great.
I do find a lot of the powers of the diversity of powers interesting, and how this is actually made up to where people are actually born with this type of power, or they actually volunteered for this. So I actually think that is a very interesting concept to the whole entire thing.
It's not me.
I know it's not you.
Well, you looked at me first.
No, I was doing the whole slow
All I could see was
I was getting it
chewing.
open
I
before the
couldn't actually
credits
see
started.
Aaron.
before the credits started.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my god. I hate you so much right now.
We're here to have a good time.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Can you?
this is going to be our first half. What?
Can you think of your favorite character's name? They're so hard to remember, aren't they?
Mine's
I really
There's so
liked-
many of them.
At the beginning of it, I thought, yeah, it's going to be Kasane. The way she's protective of her sister. She's a hard badass. Literally like Mikasa. Loved her. And then her sister dying. And they had to really go in-depth with her character. And all the stuff she's been through. I'm like, damn. She's not the same character I thought she was. So she didn't become my favorite.
I think the better question is not who's your favorite character. What's your favorite side?
Freedom, baby. Always got to go with the freedom. Hey, it's not the best choice in the world, but it's the best choice we've got so far.
I don't know that. I'm kind of on the fence, if I'm honest.
Well, Kasane's side has more girls.
What were they called? Seirin? Something like that?
We know
Let's
what
stay
we know what Spurs on. Bull over here. I'm on the fence because I want to see what. There's got to be more dirt on each side to actually spur each side to fighting.
Well, the thing,
Now, I do admit that Yuruto side is dirty as fuck with what they're doing with making others, but there has to be a reason.
Not only that, his family sucks. Like his older brother's just like, I'm using my brother as a tool. I give two shits.
Are you surprised?
No, he looked like an asshole from the beginning.
Exactly. And his dad even told him, "Is like, I don't want you to join. Think of your mother. Would you really do this to her?" He lowballed him from the get. Yeah,
like wow, mom's been dead a couple years, and you're using that on me now.
Yeah, I mean, so we know this is not the picture perfect family.
Right. Not at the same time, not with the family, but with Karen and with the other guy of similar hair color design. They're basically like, yeah, we're kind of running or helping, run.
we know nobody.
These two sections of the government, but we're also
We're bad with names.
But
No.
we're also kind of betraying them at the same times because I'm on this side, but I don't believe in what they're doing.
But I mean, in our defense, there are like 50 of them.
Oh yeah,
like,
in our
Yeah.
defense,
There's
and
plot,
everybody's prevalent. Like,
there's plot and characters being thrown at you every single episode.
You're not
going to
wrong.
remember everybody.
see, that's the reason why so far my favorite is Genma, or has been Genma, because
Because he's a
the
powerhouse.
traitor
no, well, yes,
The
he was
traitor.
He was a traitor, but
a
the
powerhouse.
whole
served Karen.
But his whole thing, and they asked him, "Why did you do this?" And he literally said, "To get to the truth." And he doesn't care whose side he has to play on as long as he gets the truth
Freedom, baby.
behind everything. He
Yeah,
doesn't
but
care.
they killed home. What? Oh crap! I forgot his name too.
Yeah, with the
original
samurai mask.
Yeah, the original.
Sato.
See, I liked him too.
I
Like,
did too.
I did too.
I liked
At the
him
beginning.
too, and then they murder him in like and I'm like
Episode 3.
"No!"
Seto.
Seto.
Seto,
Sorry.
Like
Kaiba.
yeah,
yeah.
Seto.
Yeah.
Of course you know that one.
That's why I remembered his name. I was like, oh yeah, Seto Kaiba.
Yeah.
But I really
He
have
should
to
have
say,
used Blue Eyes White Dragon.
he resonates more with me, not because he's a powerhouse, just because I like the way he's kind of standing up for.
Has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that he sounds a little bit like Chris Sabat does.
I mean, maybe. I mean, you want me to be completely honest? Yes,
Yes.
he sounds a little bit like Chris Sabat. Okay? I'm a sucker for Chris Sabat characters.
He's also pretty wise,
knew it.
being pretty much the veteran of the group.
And
Yeah.
that's another reason, too. And then not just that, he's always come out clear coat. I'm looking for the truth. That's it. I want to get down to the bottom of this and know the
So
truth.
you like the clairvoyance girl. I like Luca. You like Genma. Who did you say a favorite?
I
You just said
originally
it
liked
wasn't
Kasane, but I'm still on the fence. I like Arya just because she's always upbeat.
The
but then-
sleepy girl.
110%
and then falls asleep. Like that's me.
when they're training. When
Yeah.
they're training.
Yeah.
Like
So
the
you're
second
the-
we're done recording, I'm gonna take a nap on his couch. Like
So we're all on Yurito's side, and you're on Team Kasane. For the moment.
Well, he
For the
did
moment.
say, because when I asked, who's
Yeah, freedom.
freedom,
Yep.
makes sense.
But at what cost?
Exactly.
the lives of all of you.
But
At least he's honest.
yeah, at least he's honest. There's something about the way Karen started all this.
Oh yeah, it was dirty as shit.
There was a lot of dirtiness in this. And now, granted, Revolution is never clean.
No,
This is true.
That's very true. But this was done super dirty. And we don't know what his full intentions are. Because you remember when they're in...
Tune in next time.
Oh, yeah. We know for a fact that when he was in there, he stole, her power to get the
Yeah.
power to the red strings. So we don't know what he's going to mess up.
A guy named Karen, like, probably the worst thing you can imagine. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
So
Probably go back to keep his parents from naming him Karen.
So, and we said this earlier, but for those who don't know, the show is supposed to be slated for 26 episodes.
Yeah.
I think so.
We've only watched the first half, so we will cover the next half down the road, and
Yes.
also the video game later on when we do our gaming section later on.
Yeah.
So don't forget to check out part 2, and we'll give 110%.
Or sleep.
And maybe we'll know some more of their names. Like,
There's just so
Yeah.
many.
Well,
Maybe
let's-
we should write these down.
Maybe. Well, let's be honest. For a JRPG, you're gonna have a buttload of characters.
Oh my gosh, yes,
yeah.
and a bunch of powers and different
I
factions.
just want to know if
and
they're all
betrayals.
playable in the game. Like,
No, but
There's
you
a
can
good
borrow
number.
their powers.
There is a good number of characters that are playable, and then you can borrow the powers from other team members if you're not playing as them.
oh,
If it's
if
if it's divided in factions, I think you should take one faction. I take the other faction and see what happens.
Well, again, that's if it's linear with the show. If not, it might play around differently. We don't know.
Yeah.
So
Could be good, could be bad. We don't know.
We'll find out. And when we do, you will.
exactly.
And with that, that'll be it for our anime section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, punch the crap out of the bell icon. I don't know if it does anything. Just
That stuff.
and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, we will.